How are we getting on with the £19 survival pot challenge? If you're following along, remember I had 3 pots and I planted them up 3 weeks ago. We had a bit of a setback with this one, which I'll tell you more about. This is the 4th part of this series. We got 3 pots, we got some compost, we got some seeds, and we planted up the quickest option to give us something. You can see the greens have grown nicely. Remember, you can eat all of this plant. It's a little bit dry. We may give it a water today. A little bit of weed growing up. Even in compost, you get weeds sometimes. So now you can see they're forming up nicely. What will happen there is that will start to expand. I will get a nice little root. It is a little bit behind where I wanted it to be. Ideally at week 4, I wanted to get a harvest, but depending on your weather and conditions, it can go on a little bit. So you'll notice I had the 3 pots planted up here. This is the update here, and these are not doing as well because these were left outside. So if these were left outside and not fertilized, that's what you get. Remember in the last episode I showed you a DIY fertilization method to get better growth, because compost over a few weeks slowly starts to lose its nutrients, and you want to replace that nutrients so the plants can grow and the compost can stay healthy. So we got good healthy growth, a little bit of damage here and there. You can see a little bit of bug biting and stuff. So overall that success is okay, but it's not as quick as we hoped. It's not really 4 weeks, is it? That's nearly a month. So we're gonna have to wait maybe another week to hopefully harvest something here. But what I have got for you today is, because pots do very well, let's have a little look at the other pots that we did grow as the backups. So you'll see here the germination rate for this one wasn't as well. We only got some germination there. Strawberries in pots are doing good. We can see little flowers, a bit windy today. And then we had the backup pot here in case those radish didn't come. You can see the soil is a little bit more compact here, but we put sand in this one to give it like drainage. And I did plant coriander in a pot as well. Remember, this is all from seed and on a small wall. So if you have a small city garden, you can do this. Remember, this was on the pot. If you go back to the first episode, this was in a pot. It's kale. I planted it in the ground. A little bit of support, and it's giving me nice flowers, and hopefully I should get seeds from that. And I also did put coriander here. You can see it's got true leaves now. It smells amazing. Still a little bit behind where I wanted it to be, but remember, we're just in April now. So in the UK, depending on your weather, these pots will grow, but it depends on the weather. I have been doing a little bit more just to give you some more pot challenges. So I've just been sifting out some compost, and I want to grow carrots in pots as well. So that'll be the next adventure we can go on. Will I be able to grow carrots? So stay tuned for that. I've already sifted out the compost. I'm throwing the stones there, the bigger clumps here, to go into the compost, and that can be used like mulch. Just sifting it. I'm going to go in one of these pots. Let me show you the sifted result so you can see what it looks like. So you can use these containers like this for carrots, and this is the sifted. Look at that nice crumbly. That should be great for carrots. So you're going to follow me along on that series, and we'll see how well we do with the carrots in this. I wanted a dedicated bed so they grow nice and straight and true. And let me give you another little update on the strawberries in pots. So I moved them in the back here. These are towers. Remember in the other episode I talked about this? Again, small city garden, just have the pots on top of each other. We've got loads of strawberries. This did really well last year, and these are the same strawberries which will work well again this year. Put water in the top and it filters down all the way to the bottom. They do very well. I'll ignore the ground here because you may not have as much space as I do, but here, look at this pot. This is raspberry, again in a pot. So I'm giving you ideas here that pots can work for you. Blueberry and even a fig tree here in a pot. So pots are doable. I've got 2 hydrangea plants here in pots as well, just so you got an idea. Look how small that pot is, and it's growing healthy. I've got 2 of them, and those were just taken from the mother plant and plunked in, and they grow from last year. So pots do very well. You can have hydrangeas for flowers. You can have carrots, which I'll do another separate series on. You can have coriander, like a bit of a herb for dishes. You've got radishes, you've got strawberries, and the update overall is, if you're planting, the best tips I can give you is be patient. If the packet says 4 weeks, that might be in the optimum conditions. So now I'm a little bit disappointed, we're a week behind, but you have to be prepared for this in gardening, because look at that one. Remember, some of the seeds were taken by birds, and we had to plant seeds again, so that's a lot far behind the other 3. But what that might mean is we might get those first, so we'll get a nice flush of like maybe 20 radishes, and a week later we'll get those ones, and a week later we'll get those. So in a way it always works out for the best, because we didn't want 60 radishes all at once. That would be hard to eat. So if we get a little bit this week, well, next week, the week after, and then we've got 3 pots there. But the main goal here is, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can use pots, remember, £5, £6 each, and compost £3.50 from Aldi, and then the seed packet for 50p. And all of that was planted up, and they gave us good results. We made our own homemade fertilizer. We've been watering it with that to keep the nutrients in the plants. We've let it do its own thing. We've not really done much with it. We've got a backup pot here as well. So remember, reuse the pots as much times as you can. They are plastic, so they will last. And here's another hydrangea plant. That is all from the mother plant over there in the ground, and they work extremely well. Let me show you a quick final little carrot update in a pot. Here's a quick look at a month ahead. So you'll see these little seedlings that come. These are carrots, again, in a pot, and I'm hoping these will grow straight and true. And again, I got another container here with coriander in. So remember, pots are your friends. I've got some along the walls there. I've got pots here, and even small pots you can grow chives in, like on my seating decking area, patio area. We've got chives. So it's limitless. You can grow so many things in pots, and they can be easy to maintain. You simply water them. So keep that in mind, and I'll see you on the next update, and hopefully we're going to be harvesting some radish in the next update. Small city challenge, small pot. Follow the videos here. You'll see the playlist of each episode of the small urban gardening. Max is enjoying himself.